Hi, my name is Zoe Hermy, and welcome to the next episode of Hot Tamales. This week's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to make Yorkshire pudding and where it came from exactly. So, I guess let's get on with the video. Welcome back to mi casa. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to make Yorkshire pudding. I would have said my kitchen in Spanish if I could, but I don't know how to say kitchen. Maybe kitchenette? I don't know. It's something. I'm a horrible Mexican though. So today I will be using as a baseline, since my family, we've made alterations to recipes like my grandma, since she's from England and everything. 101 Essential Recipes book by Bay Books. It's big. But like I said, we do have a few alterations, but I guess we should just go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome to hand, Zoe. So what will be needing will be, we have a cup of flour right here. I have half a teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, and a cup and a half of milk, a large bowl, and I have a strainer, sifter, that I'm going to be using as a sifter, since I know we have a sifter in this house, but I have no idea where it is. I'll actually put like a kind of list right here. Alright, well, first thing we're going to do is we are going to sift the flour and the salt together. So I'm gonna, okay, this will be fine. And then I'll just, there's the salt, and then I'm just gonna spoon this in a bit more. So I switched over to a big measuring cup because this will become a batter and you will want to pour it. So if you want, you can use a big bowl like I was, but it's not really all that worth it. So what you're gonna do next, you're gonna make a well in your container. For me, it's your mode of holding of your flour and salt mixture. And you're gonna make a well. So I'm just gently patting the sides to make like a tiny well. I'm trying to have something on the bottom, but you know, it is what it is if you can't do everything. And this is my well. You know, nothing too special. Then you are going to be whisking in your milk. So, I'm going to think of how I'm going to do this. I'm going to have my whisk in my dominant hand, and I'm going to do little by little, and I'm just going to whisk it in. And yes, this is what I shall be doing. There was a nice speed to stop. You might never get to hear what I'm saying here. Alright, so here we are. This is my batter. This is what I have so far. If you do feel like there is some flour clinging to the edges, you can go in and with like a spoon or something and knock them off. I'm gonna put this off to the side for a second, and I'm going to be whisking. I'm just gonna use a fork since I used that for the mixture, until the eggs are fluffy. Here I have mixed up the eggs until they were frothy. I do suggest mixing them up a ton more, maybe even using an egg beater until there's like 1 inch of foam froth on it that you can see from the side of the bowl. So next I'm just going to be pouring this egg these beaten eggs into my batter, and then I'm going to mix that until there are large bubbles on top, and then we will get on to the next part. Alright, so this is oven view, and so what I did was I put my pan in there and I used some vegetable oil and I covered it enough to where it would cover the bottom. Now I'm going to, and I let it in there for a few minutes so it could heat up, you know. I'm going to take it out a bit. I'm going to grab this nice eel, my batter, which I did stir before until bubbles did form. just like I said, be careful. Oh God, noises. And try to cover it in the bottom. Suggestion would be to make circles. Oh, that was like a workout. Now you're gonna put them back in. You're just gonna keep an eye on them constantly. And it says to cook them for 20 minutes, but just keep your eye on them every few minutes. So yeah, and then we will be using a fork to flip them up and out onto a plate. I'm using our nice Hermie plate that my aunt made for us. So I'll show y'all the final result once they're done. Yorkshire pudding. All right, so we know how to make it and put it in the oven and everything, but Yorkshire pudding, it comes from cooks in northern England who devised a means of making use of the fat that had dripped from the dripping pan to cook batter pudding. In 1737, a recipe for drippy pudding by Sir Alexander William George Casey, his book, The Whole Duty of a Woman. So sexist, might I say, but like, it's fine. Let's move on. Yorkshire pudding originates from the UK, if you hadn't heard before, which is why if you ever go to Epcot, England, and Disney World, Florida, and stop in by Rose and Crown, you'll be able to have a mean Yorkshire pudding. But Yorkshire pudding is usually paired with a roast, like roast beef. Tonight I made for my family pork roast with mashed potatoes and stuffing, as well as green beans and the Yorkshire pudding. Hiya, editing Zoe here. I forgot to record an outro, so I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in to this episode of Hot Tamales. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you come back next time. And that photo there was a photo of my finished product.